During the 16 Days of Action 2022 campaign,
Gosa Girls on Fire and SHAC Tactical TV interview ordinary but outstanding women.
Hashtag I am every woman.
In our interviews, we honor outstanding businesswomen who have made a difference in their specific sphere of society to ladies who have overcome horrific gender-based violence incidences.
We believe in action, not activism.
Why are women continually cast as helpless victims?
Bystanders to their own fate, presuming that victimhood is a fait accompli. We are not simply deer in the headlights of gender-based violence.
We can and will stand up for ourselves.
We are not second-class citizens who need special days and men standing up for us.
We say no more.
Activism does not change the minds of predators.
Predators will always be predators, waiting in the dark to claim their victims. Standing on street corners with placards saying that we are against gender-based violence has and never alone make a difference. Take action now, not to be a victim, and be a strong woman. Do not put your trust in anybody else except yourself. Take the example from the strong women in these interviews and be a warrior. Hashtag victim no longer. Lynette Oxley here for SHAC Tactical TV and Gosa Girls on Fire for their 16 Days of Action for No Violence Against Women and Children. I'm here with Leonie Dodd. She's from the Vaal. Welcome, Leonie.
Thank you, Lynette. Thank you for having me.
With pleasure. Tell me, who is Leonie Dodd?
Leonie Dodd is a mom of 2 boys, all grown up already. I've been a qualified hairdresser. And at this moment, I'm building my own business and I'm trying to get my message out there for the women that's been through the same as me. Just to never give up hope. There's always hope.
You met your partner, your husband, through the internet. So it's one of those internet love stories.
Yes.
And please tell us what happened. You say you didn't see red flags. Tell us how the abuse started and where it ended.
As I say, we met on a social media platform and we were chatting back and forth on WhatsApp like for almost, I think it was a year and a half. And then he came to South Africa and we got married in like 3 months. We got married and he had to go back to his home country. I think even there was some things that I missed that I didn't see because he was never smiling, he was never laughing. Everything was an issue for him, to be happy was an issue for him. And when he went back to his home country, I stayed behind, and I think there's where it actually hit me that something is wrong, something is not the way it should be, because here I am to this man, married, and then he builds me up and he breaks me down, and then I'm this and then I'm that. I got accused of all the things that he accused me of and he was doing. So it was hard for me to actually get to the point to realize that I'm actually in a mental and emotional abusive relationship at that moment. And as soon as I cut no contact, I could actually see the difference, that I could start healing. I lost my self-esteem. I was sitting with PTSD. I was anxious. I was crying a lot. And all of that just said to me, reading up on the internet, going to a counselor, going to the doctors and just realize what actually happened to me at that moment. So
it's bad. You were in a relationship for about nearly 2 years, am I correct? If you take the time that you were online.
Yes, online. I never met him in person. But my thing was like, if I can actually see you on WhatsApp and I can speak to you, I can get to know you. And I actually trusted this man with everything I had. I trusted him. And that is what happened to me at the end of the day.
Why do you think he came to South Africa? From which country is he, by the way?
He's from Canada.
Canada. So yes. What was it in it for him to come to South Africa, to marry a South African woman, What was in it? Why did he do it? Can you analyze the
Lynette,
situation?
I can't really. I've been thinking like over and over in my head, but actually the thing is that I came to a point that I need to put it behind me, because if I'm gonna do that over and over and over again, I'm just gonna drive myself crazy. Um, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist or anything, but the word narcissist came up like a few times, and it was hard for me to actually understand why, and why me? Why did he do that? He also said to me that all his previous relationships, the women were abusive. So it actually came back to me at the end of the day that I'm the abusive one. So gaslight was a part of my daily life. Actually up to a point where I said to one of my boys that I think I'm going crazy.
Tell me, you are divorced?
I can't say to him, no.
You
No,
haven't
not at
divorced
all.
yet. So are you planning to get a divorce?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the red flags? What did he do to you? If you want to speak to other ladies out there, what is the warning signs? What did he do to start getting, they usually start gnawing away at your self-esteem. What did he do to
Yes,
you?
I do that. I think the most important thing was just always trust your gut. I had that thing in me that this is not the way it's supposed to be. A man doesn't do this. You don't break down your wife. You don't tell them that they're not worth anything. And I wasn't trusting my gut. There was a lot of verbal abuse, bad words. Everything that came out of his mouth was just, it was horrible, to a point that I actually started believing it from myself. It was like, okay, maybe I'm the wrong one. Maybe I'm the one with the problem. Maybe I'm the one that just needs to be better
Change.
and to change, to make him happy. And every single time when I tried that, he lifted the bar. And at the end of the day, I just lost myself. I just lost myself in this whole situation. And I don't wish it to anybody. I don't wish that to anybody, just to lose yourself in a situation like that. And just don't, even now, it's hard to believe in yourself. It's hard to make the right decisions, because it's always here in the back of your head thinking, can I do this? Am I able to do this? And yeah, it's just...
It's a hard story. Do you think it was a financial story? You say in your little story that you sent to me, you say that you've lost everything. Was he
Yes.
financially dependent on you when he came to South Africa, or what was the story?
No. I mean, he was quite financially, he was quite okay. I would say I was the one that was everything that I built up throughout my life. I can't really say why he did it, because I had everything. I had my qualifications, I had my furniture, I had my car, I had a good job, and he just came to destroy me. I think at the end of the day, that was the whole situation. I can't really say. I can't say what he was thinking. And the hardest part of it all is to actually realize that he didn't care. He didn't love me at all. I think that was the hardest part for me, just to get through, that you gave him your everything and he didn't love you.
What made you come to that final realization that it's over? Because your mental break with this person, you're still married to him, so obviously that is still, you are still connected to him. But what finally broke the camel's back, or made the difference?
The thing is, he left me with a big mess at the end of the day. He left me with a big mess. I've been trying to get some help from everywhere and everyone, and it's difficult because he's not a South African. It's very difficult. But as I must, with all my respect to all the religions out there, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be able to be here. I was actually to a point where I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to be here anymore. And I can remember I was sitting on my bed crying, and my mother came to me and she said to me, "This is not worth it. This is not worth it." And I said to her, "I'm tired, I can't do this anymore." And that was the point where I actually realized I can't lose myself to keep anybody else happy. And I went on my WhatsApp and I blocked him. I went on social media and I blocked him. And it was hard for me because he's my husband. But it wasn't worth it. That wasn't worth losing yourself and
Absolutely
going
not.
through all that stuff. At the end of the day, to actually try to commit suicide because of somebody else, it's not worth it.
No.
It's really not. And I know it's hard because a lot of people say, "Why didn't you just leave?" Or "Why did you get yourself into this situation?" A lot of people don't understand. The cycle of abuse, you get addicted to it. It's a very difficult situation if you get yourself in a situation like that. But I just want to say that it's not your fault. It's
No.
not your fault. You never know why people do that. You don't know why they target you. So yeah, that was my point of saying enough is enough. I must think about myself and my boys and the life that I've got, and yeah, I can't do this anymore.
It's a little bit. That's what all of the people that I've been speaking to. You don't realize that it's actually abuse until it's too late.
Yes, and then you're already addicted to it. You don't know. You have to have that person to survive, and like the trauma bond. That's the most terrible thing that you have to get through is the trauma bonding, because you need that person to survive. You need, and yeah,
It's like a
just
drug. Is
yeah,
that what
it's
you're
like a
saying to
drug.
me?
Yeah, it's like all the stuff that I've been learning and putting in a journal and putting my feelings out there and just trying to make sense of it. It's like heroin. You coming off heroin. It's a very, very difficult situation. And I know there is still women in a situation like that. It's hard to leave. I was fortunate enough that he's not here. So I could just say, "Listen, this is enough," and I can start healing. But there's people that's still in this situation, and it's hard. It's hard for them. They like to isolate you. You don't have any friends. You don't have any family. You're not allowed to be yourself. You're not allowed to go to work. So there's no finances. You don't know how to get out of the situation. So it's hard. It's a hard situation that you need to get out to. And then afterwards, just dealing with the trauma, like this moment 2 years later, still I'm trying. It's very hard for me to concentrate. It's hard for me to make decisions. It's hard for me to believe in myself. It's a trauma. Going through something like this is not just an overnight thing that you can say, this is now over and done with. There's a lot of work afterwards as well that you need to do to just get back to yourself.
Legalities of trying to divorce somebody that's in another country, is that difficult?
Yes, it is. And I think that was one of his main things, just knowing that the last words that he said to me was, "You are mine and you will always be mine." So yeah, I think I will never be able to say and tell why he did what he did. But yeah, it left me with a mess, a big mess. Yeah.
I hope you can sort that out
Thank
as
you,
soon as
Lynette.
possible. Have you started healing? Have you made the conscious decision to start healing?
Yes, I did. As soon as I decided to break, to do no contact, I know it's difficult to say, but no contact is the only way that you can actually start your healing process. You can't be in the same situation and trying to heal, you have to break no contact. I know there's some situations where there's kids involved as well. That's not so easy. But yeah, the healing process for me has been going on for almost 2 years now.
Glad to hear that. How was he with your kids?
Let's say in the beginning, very nice. I think he was trying to win them over as well. But towards the end of the thing, he was telling all of them, the 2 boys, that your mom is going crazy. You need to book her into a mental hospital. She's going crazy. And luckily, my oldest son was like, I know my mom. I know this is the situation that's going on. But yeah, and he said also he doesn't want to do anything with him. So he cut him out of his life very, very quickly. So yeah, I think he was trying to manipulate everyone around him. For some it worked, for some it didn't work. But yeah, that was the thing. Manipulation was the story of what he was doing at the end of the day.
If you've got a message for other ladies that's in a similar situation there for the 16 days of action, what would you say to them?
I would say just always remember, if you go through a situation like that, just trust your gut. I know it's hard. You're in love. You want to believe this is the best thing that ever happened to you. But if you feel there's something going on, just trust your gut and go to a family member or because sometimes people don't believe you. People don't believe that you're actually in an abusive relationship. So see if you can find somebody that you can talk to, that you can open your heart to, and see if they can get you out of the situation. At the end of the day, you need to do the no contact thing. It's very hard. It's not an easy process.
You have to take action.
There's nobody else. Yeah, there's nobody else that can do it for you. So that's why they say as well, it takes 7 times for someone to break the cycle. They go back, they leave, they go back, they leave. It's not easy. It's not going to be an easy process. And also not to ever lose hope. There's always hope. There's always people that you never alone. There's always people that can help you. And just believe in yourself, At the end of the day, you feel like you are nothing. But if you go back and see who you were before you met this person, just believe in yourself. You are so much worth of being happy and being loved, and just get your life back out there. It's really not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm still today, as I say, 2 years later, I'm still battling. But it helps to know that there are people around you that are able to help you. But just never lose hope. Never.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful message to the women out there. Thank you very much for speaking to me, Leonie, and I wish you happiness and peace for the road forward.
Thank you, Lynette. I really appreciate it.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Yeah, bye-bye.
I'm a girl on fire, I'm not a victim, a girl on fire, I'll stand my ground, girl on fire, I've made a choice, I stand proud. I'm a girl on fire. I'm a mother, a daughter, a sister, a friend, I'm every woman. I have taken up arms and I choose to defend all that I hold dear. Independent and strong, you will not keep me down, you can't break me. I'm a girl on fire, I'm not a victim, a girl on fire, I'll stand my ground, girl on fire, I've made a choice, I stand proud. Countless hours on the range, I am responsibly armed. I am your I have practiced and trained, fear won't control me. With my sisters in arms, we will make ourselves heard. We'll stand together. I'm a girl on fire. I'm not a victim. A girl on fire. I'll stand my ground. Girl on fire. I've made a choice. I stand proud. I'm a girl on fire. We're